around. And it's time for some core on the ball. I've shown you an entire series of cure for the common core using just your body weight and the floor and nothing else. Now we're going to use the ball for a little bit more variety. So I'm going to show you the way I like to work out. If you watched Cure for the Common Core, and if you didn't, go do that, you know that there are 5 main movements or jobs that the core has to do. Forward flexion, which we do probably a little bit too much of, but I'm going to show you a variation here anyway. Lateral flexion, back extension, stabilization, and rotation. So I'm going to give you right here one of each. So starting with the ball, roll down so that my knees are right over my heels. So I want you to be in that position. That way you shouldn't have any pressure on your knees. I'm going to have your head on the ball so there's no pressure on your neck. It's not straining. You're going to take your hands up. You could hold a medicine ball or a weight up here, but right now don't. I'm just going to collapse my hands. This one can be tricky. You may want to do it with a spotter first, because what you want to do is push the ball and you stay in the same spot as you rotate side to side. You're using your lower body as leverage. We're going to do 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now take a little break. Readjust, make sure you're in a good spot. That lower body's doing a lot of leveraging. So if you do core right before, or if you do cardio right before this may be fatiguing. That's okay. Take your arms up. We're going to do 10 more together. So watch the details. So as I rotate to the side, my head comes up. Come back, and I hold it up. I don't actually put it down between. Over and back. And over. 10 more. 8. Breathe out. Exhale. Exhale. Course tight. Push the ball. Use your shoulders as leverage. That's your steering wheel right now. And relax. Head back. When you come up, always protect your head and neck by tucking your chin in and then rolling up to a seated position. Next up, we're going to do stabilization. And you know that's my favorite. It's yours too, right? Yes. See? Okay. Plank position. So if you're somebody who can't do plank up, you may need to do this on your knees. Totally understand it. You're going to be on your forearms just like you would on the floor. Try to drop your hips down but not caving in. So there's a fine line between too high and too low. Find that center. Push back through your heels. Hold right here. Now if you want to increase the workload here, a couple of things you can do. Take the arms out and in, or draw a circle to the right and draw a circle back to the left. And don't let your hips sneak up. I think mine just did. And around. Hold right here. You're doing great. Are you doing this with me? You got this. Press back. Heels are pushing. Quads are tight. Core is tight. You're strong. Shoulders away from your ears. And relax. Nice work. Now, next up, we're going to do a little lateral flexion. I'm going to take my ball around the corner here and position it so that I'm resting my hip on the ball, my feet on the wall, and if you notice they're scissored aside. And my ball's on a wooden floor, so I'm going to slip a little bit. You should be aware of that too if you're on carpet. So if you're on a mat, as I probably should be here, you're not going to need this hand to spot, but I'm a little nervous about the ball shooting away. Let me set up here. Now the ball's going to stick a little bit to the plastic of the mat, so I don't have to worry about it sliding away. I'm going to take this hand and get it out of my way. The other hand comes up, and I am pushing my hip into the ball to bring me up. You're going to feel the work right here. Separating the ribs and the hips, open, stretch, and then use those muscles to pull you back up. But do it by thinking about pushing the hip into the ball. It's an action that gets a reaction and gets you toned and tight. I'm going to turn around, best shot, here we go. Scissoring the legs. My top leg is forward. My hips right on the ball. So if I'm up, In position, my rib cage is off the ball. Hold that, and then down and up. And the more you can get a stretch, the more you're gonna work. Go slow, so you're in control. Push up. And 5 more. Do these with me. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Now, we're gonna right on here using the ball. And I think I'm running over the dogs, but just because I'm at the wall already, so I'm gonna put my feet up on the wall, and you're gonna know you're in the right spot. Feel like you're in the back pocket of a pair of jeans. That's where you're sitting on the ball, and there's weight on your feet. If right now you feel vulnerable, you're not in a good spot, so rearrange. You might have to bring your ball closer or further away so that you're in a position where you feel solid here, because this is your pivot point. Your back is gonna go to the rear pretty long, but you should have good weight on those feet and feel pretty solid and secure. So again, the first time you do this, you may want a spotter. Hands can go right here, and if you're advanced and you want to take a little bit more weight away from your core, making it more work, your hands will come up and over your head. Lower down and lift. And release. Nice. So you get the idea. That one's forward flexion. Don't overdo that one. It's the most common one. We already are pretty good at forward flexion because we sit like this so much. I'm going to show you back extension, and that gets a little tricky for you to see what's happening. It's a little tricky to set up, but you can do it. So I want my feet against the wall, and then I'm going to want my pelvis right on the ball. So if I have my belly on the ball, I won't have any range of motion, so you need to readjust a little bit. You might need to kneel back and bring that ball right into you. You're going to come down and then lift up. Now, try not to arch back, come up to a straight line, or a little shy of that straight line, just in case. So contract the glutes. Your hamstrings and your calves are working too. This is for the back muscles, what we call the erector spinae muscles that run like a zipper up your back and give you great posture. And whenever you're pushing your belly into something, it's working too. Exhale. Good, so can you feel this back here like I can? Always a good feeling, right? And up. 2 more. Go ahead and release, wrap around that ball to come up. Let the muscles round and then come up. Good. Okay, so what have you done so far? Rotation, stabilization. We did lateral flexion, forward flexion, and we just finished with back extension. You've got them all. So you could go and repeat those again, shoot for 10 to 15 of each, and cycle through them again once or twice, and you've got a great core workout. Let me know how it goes.